What up, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great again. Got myself a little bit more better background now. As you can see, that Bo Jackson jersey signed by him truly, his truly. You got LeBron, MJ. Comment in the video who you think is the true GOAT. Bron or MJ? Michael Jordan. Who do you think? Put that in the comments. We're back out at day number 2 of getting you guys some picks. You're talking to Nate the Great. I am a professional sports bettor, and I do really, really well. Coffee. I like to go with the dark roast, to be honest with you, if you guys are wondering. Yeah, so I posted some college picks and some NFL picks. I believe I picked the Cardinals and the Rams, and I picked a couple college ones with some juiced alternative lines. I do appreciate the comment in that video. That was my first video, so just to see that you actually got the picks and to answer your question, or just give you some advice, keep stacking. Try to keep doing these 1-2 leg parlays and don't get greedy. The lottos, I don't mind you putting together a quick lotto just to have some fun with it. Bet super small, but keep in mind that the goal is to make money, right? So that's, stick with what you know and don't go outside the lines. Every single time you add a leg to a parlay, it reduces it by about 10 to 15% of profitability or probability of the hidden. So it starts to go a little bit lower, 15, and then all of a sudden you're down to 40% chance. So let's get to the picks. So first off, I'm really liking the baseball series that I noticed this afternoon. I believe it starts at about 4:40 today, Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go with the Yankees. Go ahead and take them over the Minnesota Twins. The Yankees are really working hard to keep in that top 8 playoff run. See if they can clinch their division. So, and the Twins they're not really interested in making the playoffs this year. So, I do think the momentum with the Yankees it's gonna be great. I got my lucky line here and representing Tupac, just to give it a little love here. So we're gonna go with the Yankees, big boy Yankees, to win the series. Keyword is series. So when you go to the bet, you're simply going to go to MLB if you're on DraftKings. There should be a series bets of some sort, and they'll give you about 4 different options, or a few options of different games, teams that are playing each other this time around. So pick the series. You could probably even take the money line today, to be honest with you. If you're going to do it, you might as well just take the Yankees today. A couple other picks I wanted to talk about would be the NFL game tonight. I'm a player prop capper. I like to stack particular player props together to make one parlay. These two games, the typical ones you can easily do is, with Baker Mayfield. I think it's easy to say that you can get 180 yards out of him. What I have set for today is I have Geno Smith at 180 passing yards. He had about 300 and something yards last week. Obviously, don't expect that from Geno every single week. They played the Patriots, like, seriously. I'm a huge Raiders fan, just so you guys know. Represent. And let's play it cool this time around. Let's not try to go for the 200 player prop, 200 yards for Geno. Let's make him earn it again for week 2. The Chargers have a somewhat decent secondary. They're both in the same division, so they're going to be playing super hard. The Chargers are 1-0. Raiders are 1-0. They want to make sure they get that 2-0 spot. So, main thing is go ahead and take the Geno Smith passing yards. What you'll do is you'll go to the NFL, you'll click the actual game itself, you'll go into passing props, and then it should start at like 150, 180 plus, go to 200, 225. So just simply do the the 180. Okay, we're going to stack something together here, so at least you get a double up for your stack. The second game that we're going to go over is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Houston Texans. Now, I think that Baker Mayfield's a really good quarterback. I think that the Bucs got lucky by getting him. Everybody has their own opinion, of course, but me being a Raiders fan, I would love to have Baker in my backfield and let him sling some bombs there. So, or not bombs, long throws. Anyways, I'm going to take the alternative spread. Now, the Buccaneers are the underdog right now to the Texans. Now, if you have been watching NFL, CJ Stroud's not that great, to be honest with you. Their team, for some reason, had a lot of hype a couple years ago, but they're just not that good. They really aren't. And yeah, they're at home. That's probably why they're +2.5 or -2.5 at home. Again, Baker Mayfield, you have Mike Evans that's chasing his history right now with the most 1,000-yard seasons. So go ahead and take, what you do is you click on the game itself, go to game lines, okay? And then you can basically pull or buy as many points as you want. Of course, the odds go down. It pays you less. So what you're going to do, just as make sure that we get the W, take the Buccaneers +12.5, okay? You're going to also add, much similar to the Geno Smith pick, go to play. On this one, you're going to click the single game parlay, so you can add the two together for the Bucs and the Texans. On the same bet as you have the Geno Smith, keep the Geno up there. Click on the Bucs and Texans, pick the single game parlay button. You're going to pick the game lines, alternative game lines, +12.5. And then you're going to also go to the passing props. And then you're going to do the same thing as you did with Geno Smith. You're going to add Baker Mayfield for 180 yards. Of course, he's probably going to put up 200 to 225, but we don't like to get L's. We just like to win. So that's why we always be very, very careful, because once you start losing, then it's like momentum goes down. You start to chase losses. Psychologically, it's not good for you. If you consistently just get double your stack wins every single day, you're going to learn what bets to make, how to manage your bankroll, just like the comment from the last video. Appreciate you. You're going to manage your bankroll much better. Now, my advice is, if you have some sort of a way to have a full-time job and you have 3 to 4 months worth of reserves set aside. Okay, so what reserves means is 1 month's worth of rent and some extra bills. So before you start digging in and making big, strong bets on sports you're not real familiar with, put together a little safety net of money that you have put away so that you can make bigger bets. Right now, I would typically do 1 to 2% of your bankroll. So if you got $100, put $1 or a couple bucks on there just to continue to stack. Okay, and you'll learn every single time you get the win or the loss, and that's where the education comes in. My opinion is this is actually you're paying for your education, right? So I've been doing this for almost 5 to 6 years. I've had lots of losses. I've learned so much more than I probably would have learned if I went into a university of some sort. And this is an industry that I'm in love with. So follow your dream, but don't do it erratically where you're using funds you don't have, right? Make it fun, keep learning, and then it'll all work itself out. So there's the 3 pick we're going to go with for the other one. So we went with the Yankees as a series. We're going to also go with Geno Smith, 180 yards. Tampa Bay Buccaneers +12.5. And then Baker Mayfield, 180 yards. It's -169. So that means if you put $100 or if you put $1, then you'll win $2.69. It's basically, you want to just cover whatever the odds are, the juice. So 169 will pay you $269. Again, if you don't have the 100, don't bet it. You know, bet maybe $5 to win, you know, $10 or $11 or so. It just depends. So that's the second bet. I do like the Yankees in the series though as well. That one is a minus 185. Same concept. We're just trying to get wins, guys. Series means that they win more games out of the series that they have together, bunched together for those two teams will play each other consecutively for a few days. So whoever has more games is the series winner. So let's go ahead and go over the last bet that I have set up. I might have one extra one for you guys, but I definitely want to make sure that you guys are staying on course here and getting consistent wins. So I like this one. It's a little more risky. This one is where you wouldn't want to put too much on it, but it is a pretty good bet to consider. It's an NFL pick, and it's going to be for this weekend. So, yep. So the first one, a lot of us got tricked. Let me take a little coffee. Most of us got tricked on the Derrick Henry touchdown prop against Cleveland Browns. You figured they're going to be a blowout. They did blow them out. Great game by the Ravens. But why would we want to take that chance again? Well, it's Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is playing the Cleveland Browns this Sunday in Cleveland. Yeah, they got, you know, some good linebackers, Garrett and Myles Garrett. But Josh Jacobs has scored every game for the last 9 games. I believe it's 9 now. Again, I'm a Raiders fan. Love Josh Jacobs. If you're reading this or listening to this, love you, man. So we're going to go out and get an anytime touchdown. Okay, it's just one time Josh Jacobs needs to cross that goal line. It's going to happen. He'll get across that goal line. I don't care if they send the whole team going after Josh. You know, they have a great quarterback that'll keep them, you know, honest, right? So the next one you're going to add to that is going to be a second leg of the parlay. Now you could break this up and just do the Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. Simple. You know, get your money and do that. Or you can add a little bit of juice. I like this one as well. LA Rams versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I did call out that the Eagles were going to beat the Chiefs this weekend. Added it to my Twitter, X, at Nate the Great, bets. Also, make sure to click my link in my YouTube. I do have a winnable. If you guys want my daily picks, I have them posted there every single day. I make sure I absolutely take care of my community, and I post low risk W's just like the ones I'm going over with you guys now. I want to make sure you guys get wins. That's my number one goal, and I'm learning during doing that as well. So it's a win-win for both of us. So we're going to add Jalen Hurts to that ticket, that bet, as an anytime touchdown scorer. He is absolutely notorious for the tush push. He's going to keep doing it. They've already tried to change the rules so that he wouldn't be able to do it anymore, and it didn't work. So now he's probably even more upset, and they're just going to keep doing it. I mean, they were doing it all game last game as well. So take the 2. This one's going to be a little more juicy, though. A little more risky, but it's plus 147. So that means that if you were to put $100 down, you would win $247. That's where it gets a little bit more juicy. So even with $1, you would win $2.47. So it's more than double. So those are my 3 picks that I do like for this week. I'm going to be doing this every day. I have stepped away from the corporate world. I have a really good following, and I take care of my community, like I mentioned. So I am doing this full time. I should be doing live here shortly. I need to get this up to a certain amount of subscribers before they'll let me do lives where I can actually show you live how I'm doing my stat work and checking all the analytics and all the patterns, and then we can do this together and answer any questions you guys have. So if you don't mind, please subscribe. I think it's 50 subscribers I need, and then we can get this party started. So thank you very much for watching this. Good luck on the bets that I posted for you. If you need to check them again, just go ahead and rewind the video, hit that like, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.